Hi there Scorpios, I'm Ellie Rose and welcome to my channel. This is your October 29th to the 5th of November love reading. Sun, Moon, Rising Venus, whatever resonates, take it in. If it doesn't, there you go. Oh, that one. Oh, the Tower again. Just had that for our Libras. And Eight of Pentacles, let's get some more info here. What about this Tower? And Judgment. Big stuff going on, guys. Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, okay, so already we've got some, you know, deep love potential here. But we do have a Tower. We have a Tower situation, people. So with the Judgment card as well, this is like some big divine intervention has happened. Something has happened in order to sweep away everything that you once knew. Can be because of this connection. Perhaps there's some separation has happened. Somebody has pulled back. It kind of feels like the Tower. It feels like boom, you know, everything that you thought was potential is now been swept away. And what you're left with is this kind of feeling that perhaps you're in like a place where you feel like the universe is like almost testing you, or the universe is like throwing lessons at you, and perhaps that feels a little bit annoying. Like I've been there myself, where you know you get these hurdles to cross and you're like, for God's sake, universe, I don't want to learn a lesson right now, I just want to be happy, or I just want to get what I want. And actually that's kind of part of it. If you kind of look at that feeling like, you know, I don't want this right now, it's like, well, you know, why? Obviously it feels bad, but why does it feel bad? If it's because this other person has pulled away, what does that trigger in you? What kind of feelings does that trigger? Because there's obviously some sort of like karmic influence going on here, where there are some lessons that need to be learned, and they can only be learned when everything is swept away and then you start again afresh. So for the other person, there is definitely a recognition here, like a soul recognition, and it's encouraging that person to work harder. Now that might mean at their job they might have this like sudden flow of like inspiration, sudden need to try something new, try out a different skill. Perhaps this person was triggered to go back to school, you know, do something different, go to night school, try out a new hobby, change their business direction, like something. This has triggered this person here to work really hard at something and to start again from scratch. And it might not even be that. It might be that this connection has made this person feel like they are an apprentice all over again. It can be an apprentice of life. It doesn't necessarily have to be that they're starting a new skill or a new hobby or something. It can be that it has just made them feel like, wow, I have so much to learn still, and I'm at the bottom of the ladder almost, and you know, I'm willing to move my way up now. I know that there is something more and that I have to build my way up to that. So, okay. Strong start, guys. Let's see what else we've got for this person on the left. What feelings have we got towards the connection? The King of Swords. Again, another card that is coming out for most signs this week, the King of Swords. What feelings? Knave of Swords. So the feelings for the Tower person are that they are beginning to see the truth of something, but that it might be causing them to feel like either they want to act a bit rash. So if there is some separation, perhaps the other person has pulled back, that has perhaps made this person feel like, well, you know, maybe I need to contact them, maybe I need to do something, maybe I need to behave a different way, maybe I need to, you know, change the way that I think in terms of this connection. And with the two of these together, like the King of Swords and the Knave of Swords, it's like kind of like a back and forth, and this is all part of the growth. So let me try and explain this. Some days you feel like, yeah, I've got it, I understand the connection, understand you know, what the lesson is here. I understand what the universe is telling me. I understand why the tower has to fall. Like, I get it, I accept it, I surrender. But on other days, it's like, no, don't want it, not interested. Why is it not going my way? I refuse to see it in that way. Like, you know, I'm just going to kind of give up. It's like a constant back and forth. It's like a pendulum. Like, you know, some days you feel good, some days you feel bad. Some days you can see the truth of it, other days it's very clouded. And I feel like that perhaps is part of the journey. So if you're like that at the moment, kind of like swinging back and forth, like, you know, well, I'm not going to put my all into this connection because maybe they don't feel the same, and like this kind of like constant second guessing, then just be patient, because as the tower falls, more will become realised and there will be a new foundation built. But until then, there will be this feeling of instability, because obviously when the tower falls, it does feel very unstable. Like, you know, if you lived in a tower like these people, then you know your home has been broken down. And if we use home for like a metaphor for like the ego, you know, what you thought reality was like, then having that crumble is like not easy. It's not easy. It's like you have to all of a sudden see things in a new light. You have to behave a different way almost. You have to conduct yourself in the world slightly differently, because all of a sudden you've got these new beliefs that are coming in. And some days that will feel right, and some days it won't feel right because it's new. It's exactly the same as like learning a new hobby. It's like, you know, just like this person's doing, learning how to be, learning a new way to be, like kind of starting again from the bottom. And yeah, it's not going to feel comfortable at first. It is going to have this back and forth, and it is going to make you doubt the connection, or their, like if it's the other person, it is going to make them doubt the connection, and that is just part of the growth. So let's see about this person on my right. What feelings towards this connection? Knave of Pentacles. What feeling? Oh, that one jumped. What is that? The Fool. Love the Fool. Oh, and there's another one there poking his head out. Six of Pentacles was hiding. So yeah, interestingly, we've got two knaves here facing each other. So let me show you this. So the person that is flitting back and forth between, you know, should I, shouldn't I, is this connection real, is it not, am I crazy, am I, you know, like this kind of like constant like, what's the word, yo-yoing, yo-yo effect. The other person is doing it too, but the other person is doing it in a slightly different way. It's more a case of, instead of overthinking it, because this is earth energy, it's like they are wondering about the longevity of it. Like, you know, will this stand the test of time? Yes, I think it will. I think that they're the one for me. Should I offer them my coin of commitment? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure today, because actually I feel a little bit insecure because, you know, maybe it's not quite right, and, you know, maybe I have more work to do. Maybe I have to get to a different level of life before I, you know, come to this Ace of Cups. And despite that, this person is feeling very much like this connection is something that could take them into entirely new territory. It's like nothing they've ever experienced before. It's, you know, very new, very profound, very spiritual. They feel like they are on a path of like renewal. It's different to everything that they've experienced before, and that is why this has so much potential for love, with this sitting underneath. Like, this person feels it and knows that it's going to take them in an entirely new direction, and it could be wonderful, but they are kind of like flitting back and forth because of security issues. And with the Six of Pentacles hiding behind there, I feel like there's an issue of not wanting to be the person that is doing all the chasing, not wanting to be the person that is giving up everything that they have and not getting the same in return. And again, that is just issues of security. It's just, you know, wondering if the other person will give them the commitment that they want, or if they're kind of being an idiot. Yeah, both kind of in a similar boat here. We've got like a definite mirror situation going on, although for this person it is definitely like more kind of like boom, tower, because obviously the tower is here. This person is having it a little bit easier, I think, is probably dealing with it a little bit easier. If this person is doing all of the chasing, then this person is the tower needed to come to stop them running. It's like perhaps this person was, and I don't want to say this because I hate to like compare in terms of like one person is more spiritually awake than the other, because I think that that's kind of rhubarb really, and I think that we're all equally spiritual. It's just that some of us are open to it and some of us accept it and some of us don't because of upbringing, because of past whatevers, you know. It's just one of those things. Like there are no like superior spiritual beings. Like I don't really buy into that. If you do, then that's cool, you know. But yeah, I feel like this person had more clouding their spiritual awakening. They had more baggage, let's say. They had more beliefs that might have been blocking them from feeling like a kind of like higher vibration and for accepting this a little bit more, whereas this person was a little bit more open to it. So let's see, what subconscious blocks have we got for this person in the tower? Seven of Swords, what subconscious blocks? Whoa, okay, take those. The Empress and the sevens. Lots of sevens. Yeah, so this person here, exactly like what I was just saying, they are stuck in kind of indecision because of too much in their head. And that's why the tower needed to come to clear away all that rubbish, essentially. And because of that, they are unsure if this is the right option for them. They might be seeking alternative options, which does not mean anything to do with the connection. It's kind of more a case of like, it's like they are trying to fact check. So looking around and being like, you know, well, maybe I could find that elsewhere and maybe it wouldn't be so terrifying. Maybe it wouldn't cause me to like go into like panic mode and kind of flip between should I, shouldn't I? Maybe it wouldn't cause me to have this terrible tower energy. So if this person is going out and looking around for other people, let them. Like don't try and cling to it too much. Don't try and take that personally, because it is just like, you know, they're just seeing what else is out there, and then maybe they might realise that actually what is out there maybe isn't quite as deep as this connection. They're doing this because they're worried that they can't see the truth, or that what they are thinking is the truth might not be the truth. They're not trusting in this reality. Some days they are, obviously, like I was saying, some days they're not, but ultimately they feel like they might be deceiving themselves in some way, like, you know, or like maybe I've got it all wrong, you know, maybe this is not what I think it is. And with the Empress sat in between, they're seeking comfort, definitely. They're seeking something that makes them feel comfortable, and that is a natural reaction to the tower, you know, like when your home falls apart, all you want is a nice warm cozy bed and a, you know, like cup of hot chocolate or something. Like that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna go out and you're gonna try and find something that makes you feel comfortable, something that makes you feel safe and secure, which this connection might not, because it is so kind of like earth-shatteringly profound. So let's see what this person here, what subconscious blocks have we got? King of Pentacles, what subconscious blocks? And the Queen of Swords. Immediately it just pops into my head there that this person here might also have somebody else, some other option, because you've got the Queen and the King, so we've got more people here. So there are more people that might be blocking this person. And this doesn't have to be romantic. It can be, you know, with the King of Pentacles, it can be like a father figure or a boss or a, you know, somebody that perhaps either disapproves or would disapprove, and perhaps that's making this person feel a little bit cautious. If it's not that, then it's their own inner father, their own inner authority that is making them kind of like second guess whether or not this is what they truly want, this is what is going to be good for them. It's almost like this kind of, yeah, with the Fool here as well, it's almost like this, you know, don't be silly, like, you know, just get on with it. Don't, it's like, yeah, it's kind of causing them to feel like they want to be grown up about it. They want to be like practical about it. They want to be strategic about it. Like, you know, don't throw yourself into it. Like, you know, don't be silly, this kind of thing. So let's see what advice we can give. What advice can we give this person here on my right? The Two of Cups, yay. And the Knight of Swords. Yeah, so Two of Cups, soulmates, twin flames, whatever you want to call them. It's a deep, profound connection. It's probably one that has been before. And it's, the advice here is, which way round was that? Move towards it. Move towards the connection in some way, whatever it is that you have to do, but don't be too rash about it. So despite the fact that these worries are saying like, be strategic, you know, be like this, be like that, I think that will cause overthinking. And essentially what is needed here is a combination of the Fool, as in like, you know, take the risk without trying to second guess yourself, because when you take risks, that's when you are rewarded, but also to stay grounded and not to be too rash about it. Don't be too kind of hasty. But this is already somebody that is doing okay with this, you know, focusing on themselves, focusing on building themselves up. Yeah, I think just letting it happen, kind of like giving it a little bit of a gentle nudge almost, like if that's, you know, sending a message, or, you know, perhaps meeting up with this person or something, but just not pushing it too hard. Like, don't be too rash, like the Knight of Swords, don't be too hasty. Also be careful what you say. Obviously, you know, you should be able to communicate yourself honestly and openly with whatever you want to say, but be careful not to say anything that might cause more problems, if you know what I mean. So by that I mean, like, you know, don't go rushing in saying, oh my god, I love you, you're my soulmate, unless they're also saying that, in which case go right ahead. But you know, this person is in the Tower energy at the moment, so, and they're worried, you know, they're confused and they're worried, and they're flitting between feeling secure and knowing what to do and being like, oh my god, panic. So it's like, you don't want to push them too much, because then they might run, but also you don't want to just kind of like sit there and do nothing. So this is not very clear, I'm sorry, but basically do what you think is right, but just don't be hasty about it. Don't be too kind of like desperately like throwing yourself into it, but also know that it is strong enough that you can maybe give it a little nudge. So let's see, for this person on my left, what advice can we give? The World, leave it at that. This person needs to just accept that this Tower energy, these lessons that are being learned, all of the confusion even is part of it. It's part of the lesson, needs to be accepted, needs to be surrendered to, needs to be embraced. Like, this is what's going on right now, I'm going to grow from it, I'm going to master my current conditions so that I can move on up to the next level, and, you know, then I will become the Fool again. You know, once you have ended at the World, once you have learnt the lesson that needs to be learnt and you've mastered whatever is going on for you, then you can move into the Fool to be with this person. Then you can start afresh. So yeah, that is your reading, guys. I hope that it resonated. If it did, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. See you next week.